It literally looks like you're doing karaoke. I know we've said it before, but it really does.
No,
like
I do feel like
microphone.
I should just be like belting out like illicit affairs bridge. Don't call me kid.
Perfect
Don't
segue
call me baby.
to our today's episode because it's Happy Taylor Week. You know, I was thinking this comes out Thursday, which means if you're listening when this podcast comes out tonight, basically we are getting
TPD Eve.
Oh, like I'm just. What a feeling this is. I'm so
I had
excited.
talking points for this because
same.
Is it in LA, the pop-up of like the whatever?
Yeah.
I've been saving TikToks on it and stuff. So if you guys don't like Miss Tay Tay, you'll probably hate majority of this episode. But
that's funny because we didn't talk about we usually don't talk about what we're going to bring up on the podcast before we record. We usually just like have little points written down. We'll just go off on that. But both of us, I've been since yesterday, since I saw the pop-up and all the posts, I've been saving them and screenshotting little things we could talk about, little Easter eggs.
Yeah,
It's
me
gonna be
too,
so fun.
which I'm excited about. We can get into that after we talk about our dotes. We can go ahead and just get into the dotes.
What do you have?
Welcome back, everybody, to Bookmark'd. I
Welcome.
have iced coffee that
Yum.
I made. I have this little cute cup. It says Beaches, Banter, and Books. I got it from
Cute.
Eternal Embers.
Love.
It's a bookshop, and I get their little subscription monthly, and sometimes they add in fun stuff. So I got
That's
that one in the
nice.
box. What about you?
Mine is back here. Oh, I made a matcha. I'm trying to perfect my matcha recipe because I don't. Every time I buy it, it just tastes better than when I make it. I feel like that's usually like making stuff at home isn't the best. And I'm trying not to put like I need a sweetener in it, so I'm trying not to put like I don't know. I'd put honey in it, but like it doesn't taste that good. And then I saw someone commented and they said that. Well, I was so confused because you know how I just randomly switched to matcha. Someone commented on one of my videos and said that when it turns nicer out, all of a sudden I stopped drinking coffee. I'm like, you guys know me better than myself because I didn't even realize that. I think you said that once too. I didn't even mean to do it. I just started drinking matcha again. So, yeah.
Maybe your tastes are just so acclimated to like this is specifically the warmer months. Like, because if coffee, like, maybe coffee just sits too heavy on you, or maybe it's
Honestly,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, because I do feel like matcha is very light. Like, it's not as.
Yeah, I think I put too much milk
Whatever.
in this one though. I also bought a new milk, but
I love when a coffee is light, when a matcha is light, when a chai is
no.
light. I'm like, the lighter, the better for me. So basically, the less amount of what it's supposed to have in it is great for me.
you'd probably like this one. It tastes good. Stop
Welcome
talking about it.
back. It is TPD. What is it?
Eve. It's the Tortured Poets Department. Eve.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The first thing that I want to say is that what do you think? Do you think the Fortnite snippet that's going around is AI, or do you think like we're going to listen to it and it's actually going to be that?
I think it's AI.
I do too, because the reason that I know it's AI is what I'll say is because Miss Taylor Allison Swift would have had that removed from TikTok yesterday if it was real.
One of the vault tracks that were coming out, and it was like just not at all what the song was. So I don't really. I'll fall for anything else like Reputation, which we'll get into, and all of that, like all of the albums and everything coming out. But the songs, I don't think that she would let that keep playing somewhere. I don't think that that's the real.
No, because when You're Losing Me was circulating around TikTok, I mean, audios only stayed up for like maybe a day, and she's was like getting them taken down. Like, she's on it, but the sad thing is, like, her version will be better, but I literally,
but you like
sometimes
it?
will just like, I'll just sit the phone and I'll be like,
You when you get
never
attached
made
to
it clear, never
the
made
fake
it
version.
right. Can you make it though? Can you and Posty get in the studio like your version of it?
That's funny because when she did Lana's version of So on the Beach, like more Lana because she listened to us. It's funny because what if she like listens to us and is like, they like this version, maybe I'll record it. I think that'd be so funny. Before this whole spiral of Taylor, did you see, I'm like going backwards a little bit before we get here, Coachella, did you see Lana and Billy and like everyone at Coachella? Did you like watch any of that content?
Yes, I was keeping up with Coachella, and when I saw that one, I really wanted to go to Sabrina Carpenter's set because I actually have quickly just have an obsession with Sabrina Carpenter. Like, I want to do my hair and makeup like her at all times. Like, literally, she's
such
like
a queen.
She is like the best to me. So I just, her humor and everything and her style, like, I love it. Her Skims ad that she did, my jaw was on the floor when I saw those pictures. I was like, holy crap, she is Miss Pop. She is Miss Pop Princess.
Yeah. Espresso is so good. I saw that.
Oh, I have my mom literally is like probably tired of me playing it all around the house and in the car.
It's definitely yeah, it's gonna be one of those songs that I won't be able to listen to soon because I play it every time I get in the car.
Oh yeah, it's the first thing, and then like when I know I'm heading towards home, I'll turn it on again just for good measure. Yeah, it's really good.
It was the perfect pre-release to Taylor's album. It was like what we needed, like a happier song before we.
Did you see the TikTok that I reposted? That was like this weekend where this weekend, I don't know, like something like this weekend we're upbeat, next weekend we're depressed. Because she released Espresso and we're like, ooh, and then Taylor released her album, we're just all like sitting in our room, blinds drawn, like we're not going outside.
Wait, I saw did I send you this TikTok? I think I did. It was like when it's my turn to go into the tortured poets or the tortured. I know I sent it to you because I thought it was so funny.
Oh, and okay, you just sent. Yeah, let me see.
It's this woman going into like a scary, like spooky haunted house and like not wanting to go, and she's like screaming and her friends are like pushing her in. And what does it say on it?
Me at the department when it's my turn to be tortured.
Oh my god, that was so funny. I was like, this is all of us on Friday when it's our turn.
We are already tortured enough with the whole playlist thing.
Coachella looked really fun. Also, I just keep thinking of Lana's set. She came out on a motorcycle. I thought that was just so, I don't know the word, fun.
That was so 2014 era,
nostalgic.
2014 era of her, because I listened to Lana when I was in elementary school and I had no clue like what her songs meant, but I was really into Tumblr, as I've talked about so many times. I was really, she was like, I was really telling my mom this the other day, how she was like the Tumblr aesthetic. Like she was what the girlies wanted to be back in the day with Tumblr, like everything. So it really reminded me of that, like her entrance, and she just looked gorgeous as always, of course, and she slayed it. She has the voice of an angel. It was really good.
Oh, I also met Miss Elsie. Do you remember that fiasco last week?
No, I was going to ask about this, about you to tell everybody, if you could, about how that went, how going to her book signing.
Well, after we recorded last week's episode, I was going to go to the signing, so I made Destiny stay on FaceTime with me while I picked out an outfit, and she was on FaceTime with me for maybe an hour and a half. I can't even express to you how many outfits I've tried on. Like, it was like probably really annoying to hear me complain the whole time.
No, I've always had like friend, like I feel like every time I've always been friends with anybody who's like, you're like, oh, I don't know what to wear, and like, you know, like you go circulate through the outfits. I'm just so lazy that like I'll just put on an outfit and hate it. You know what I mean? Like I wish that I would find it. Like when Sarah was doing this, she was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, I honestly really applaud you, because like you are finding something that you want to wear. Like I will put on an outfit and just hate it for the rest of the day, and then just go to bed upset later that night that I hated my outfit.
I can't do that if I don't not just like the outfit or like feel comfortable. Like I can't wear it, and then I will sit there for 2 hours figuring out an outfit, and then I just have clothes everywhere, and then I go back to like the first outfit I try. It's just a mess, but that took like way too long. Yeah, I thought it ended up being cute, but it was at the Rip Bodice, which we've been to in Brooklyn. I drove by myself and I met Lauren there, so I didn't like driving there by myself because it's like rush hour into Brooklyn, which was not fun. And then I had to parallel park. I wish you guys could have seen me try to get my Jeep into the smallest little spot. I kept going out and then in, and then like a UPS car came by and he was like telling me what to do. He was like, you're good. I was like, no, I don't think I am. I was freaking out, and then I guess the woman that lives in front of where I parallel parked came out and gave Lauren her number for when we left to put her car in there. I thought it was just so funny. She like named her contact parking spot. Anyway, that was really funny though. And I thought it was going to be her talking, I thought it was going to be like not just like the book signing, like an event, because on when you bought the tickets, it was like set from like 7 to 9 or something, so I thought that it was like a event like that, but that was just like the time you can come to get your book signed, which I didn't know that, because I think they had Lila Sage there. Stood in line. Thank God it was nice out. It was a beautiful day. We actually were like end of the line. I think there was like a few people that ended up behind us. We were whatever at the end, but it was so nice. We met a few besties. Aww. Shout out Mara if you're listening. She was sweet.
That's cute.
Yeah, everyone was just so nice. I love going to book signings because just everyone I mean, obviously we all love books. Like, everyone was just so kind. Yeah, eventually we got in. You had to like wait outside, and then since the store's like not that big, you waited outside, and then they'll like call you in as the line gets like, you like move up the line. So then we went inside, and I brought with me The Wild Love, and then I brought Powerless, because I didn't know how many books you can bring. I never know. They said when I got there you can bring up to 5 books for her to sign. I was like, damn, her wrist has got to be hurting.
Well, that's probably why it was from 7 to 9.
Yeah. But I brought Powerless from Chestnut Springs, because that one was my favorite. So I was so nervous. I always get nervous meeting authors, and it's like I feel like I'm meeting like a celebrity. Like in my head, like they're a celebrity status.
Well, so yeah, they are celebrities to us.
Yeah. Which was so funny, because I seen like authors going to, like when Sarah J. Maas went to Barnes and Union Square, and everyone's like screaming crazy. I saw comments on like TikTok that were like, people that are not in the book world can't, like, authors being on like a celebrity status, like book people that are not in the book world can't really like they don't like see them like that. You know what I mean? Like there's like an author. Like, to us.
Well, it's the same way that I guess we might look at, like, there's been like a time I was at a shoe event with my boyfriend, and like a guy from the Dallas Cowboys, I think it was the quarterback or something, I forget his name, was there, and my boyfriend was like, oh my God, and I was like, yeah, like, you know, and he's big to these people, so it's kind of like that, like they're big in your niche.
Yeah, so I was so nervous. Eventually we got to the front. I think we waited online for like maybe an hour or under an hour, but like it went really quick because it was like a nice out and everyone was so nice. And Lauren went first. She talked to Elsie. She had her little time. I like recorded, and then there's like a person that like took a bunch of pictures. It was so cute. And then I went up, and she noticed me, and then in the video I like black out when this happened, so like I don't really remember anything we said, but I watched the video after because Lauren recorded it, and she said something about my hair, like Willa hair or something, and I completely ignored it in the video. I just like went to say hi, and then I watched the video. I was like, oh, that was so funny. I wish I caught that in real time. But she was so nice. It was so nice finally meeting her. And we talked about Destiny, of course. We talked about the book. She said, well, since I brought Powerless, she was like, I love the way you love Jasper. Like, everyone loves Cade. And I was like, no, like, I'll give all my love for Jasper. Yeah, she was really sweet. Then we took some pictures, and then we left. And it was short and sweet, but it was really fun. And I love book signings. I love seeing and like doing this stuff like in person. I think it's just so fun. And someone who's going to, Lauren Roberts is going to be at Barnes in Union Square if anyone's going. I hope you have so much fun.
Sounds like so much fun. And I did tell you when you were getting dressed, I did say, why don't you just put an outfit on and go as Willa? Because you're giving Willa. Just go as that.
The only time I'll cosplay as Willa is either Halloween or my Luke Combs concert. I'll cosplay as her with my cowboy boots.
You go around telling everybody that your name is Willa.
I will. Yeah, I will. I'll bring my book and
Willa.
everything. I love her. I think she's my favorite from, like, my favorite, I think, female from the series, female character. I just loved her character. So when people say that, I'm like, that is such a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, I think she's my favorite too. I think she just had the most like personality out of all of the characters to me that like really sticks out. Like where it wasn't just like, oh, you're into this certain thing. Because sometimes like with characters, it's like, oh, they're into fitness and that's their personality, or oh, they're a doctor and like that's their personality. Do you know what I mean? But with her, it felt like she had like an actual like round, like full fleshed out character.
But yeah, it was very, very fun. I told Destiny, I was like, I wish you could just fly on over and come to these book signings.
I know. No authors put Indianapolis, Indiana on their
they gotta fix
checklist.
That. Well, I keep seeing, I wish you could be here for the funny story release date because there's a couple midnight releases in the city, and I don't want to go to them like by myself, obviously, but I wish we could go because I have this like sneaky suspicion, like Sarah J. Maas
that
did,
she's
like,
gonna be at a
she's gonna be there. And I just like, I know it's gonna happen and I'm not going, so I wish we could go to that.
I don't know if I'm sure like my Barnes, imagine she just pulls up to Indiana. Hey, it was in her Happy Place book, she wrote about Indianapolis, Indiana.
I feel like authors should start doing that, like showing up to release days at like a random Barnes instead of like the big ones. Just like,
yeah, that's where you're, well, all of us are real fans, but it's like that's where your real whatevers are, is the small towns that are going to their local Barnes to pick up your book. Yeah, I'm gonna be insufferable all weekend. I'm gonna want to sit in the car or just listen to the whole entire album and explain it to my boyfriend, and then the 23rd is gonna roll around and I'm gonna be like locking myself in the room being like, nobody talk to me.
The second half of April is like back to back things.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Should I? I don't know if I should. Are we gonna do
I
it?
thought you were about to quote your TikTok sound.
Oh yeah. Bus, club, another bus, plane. That's my favorite TikTok sound. Every time we're doing something or planning something, I bring up that TikTok sound every single time.
That is like, it's bus, club, another club, plane. That's literally
no sleep,
Sarah. No sleep.
That's gonna be us the second half of April. What a great month.
I know. It really, and I literally texted Sarah yesterday and I was like, time is truly flying by. Like, it is already the 17th and where did the year go? Like, we're already halfway through April.
Crazy?
Yes, it's insane.
We were saying we haven't seen each other since October, but it doesn't feel
since
like
November,
that
love,
long.
yeah.
Why did I think it was October?
She said October. I'm like, it was the end of November. We saw each other
before the holidays, right?
The day before Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about like Bookmark'd and stuff. Oh my gosh, wow. Still, November's a really long time. That 5 months ago? Yeah, like around 5 months ago.
Can't ask me. I don't know math.
It feels like I just saw you, but also time, like so much time has gone on between. So
yeah,
it's about to be May. I don't know what I've done so far this year. I know I haven't started.
You haven't started crocheting?
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think I'm gonna achieve that goal.
Yeah, you will.
Thank you.
I had my goal of running a half marathon by May, but the half marathon that I planned on entering is May 4th, which is literally the day before Isaac's birthday, and I just personally don't really want to be like dealing with all of that the day before his birthday. Like, I am just, because his birthday's on a Sunday, so that weekend I want to like dedicate to celebrating. So it's like, I don't want to be like, hey, and by the way, I'm going to go run 13.1 miles, you know? And there's not
the weekend about yourself.
No, that's what it feels like, because also I'm sure I would be in so much physical pain after doing that. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to make my own half marathon sometime in May.
I think that's so fun.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want me to come hold a sign at the end. I would love to.
I just run all the way to Jersey. That's how long it feels. That is how long it feels. I literally tried to run 8 miles the other day and I just couldn't do it. And I was like, I couldn't even imagine having to run 13.1 miles if I can't even do 8.
Yeah, it's crazy because in my head, 8 miles in my head will equate to 8 minutes, but that is just not how it is. It's just not the time.
And that's the worst type of girl math, truly, is when you grossly underestimate something and then you get into it and you're like,
this is taking too long.
Oh yeah. No, and it's getting warmer, and I thought like, I can't wait till it's warmer because I don't have to deal with like a coldness while I'm running, because that sucks. Yeah, I forgot how it feels to run in 80-degrry weather, because literally the past few days here it's been 80 degrees, and I was trying to run and I was like, I forgot what it feels like in humidity.
Yeah, I feel like I would rather, actually I don't think so, because I think I'm not a running expert. I feel like I would rather run when it's warmer than when it's cold, because that wind will get you. I hate wind.
Well, I actually not to brag, I ran track in 7th grade.
Oh.
And I was the worst on the team. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was the absolute worst. And I remember, like, you start track practice when it's still, like, winter. And you're technically supposed to run, like, indoors. So they would make us, oh my God, they would make us run around, like, just the upstairs of our building. Like, run around the whole entire, because it was basically just like a square, and they would make us do laps around, because I also signed up for long distance running. And I'm not athletic. Like, I just want to let that be clearly known that I am not athletic. So I decided to sign up for long distance running. And this was truly, I don't know if anybody else did this, especially in middle school. Your friends want to sign up for something. So you're like, sure, I'll do it. And my best friend wanted to do hurdles. So me and my other friend were like, oh yeah, we'll just do long distance running, like a mile. How hard can it be? Hard, actually.
Until you start doing it.
It was freezing cold, and this is why I don't like running in the cold, because you're not supposed to. It's like not good. I've seen both arguments. They say it's good for you, but I have felt the physical effects multiple times that it's terrible for your breathing and for your lungs, because I forget what it's called, but essentially you're all running in a line, and the person at the end has to run in front and like go to the front of the line, and like you continue as you run around the track. So imagine it's freezing cold outside. I'm doing this. And I look at the coach and I'm like, hey, I kind of feel like I'm going to throw up. Like, I'm coughing really bad. So I thought that I had to like throw up. And he was like, essentially, who cares? Like, just keep running. And so I did. And then I started actually coughing up blood because it was so cold outside. Like, just like the stuff getting into my lungs. So that's why I also hate running out in the cold, because that's happened to me multiple times where I've like ran out in the cold when it's just so freezing. And I don't know what it is that gets into your lungs and stuff, or if just something is medically wrong with me, but it's been years and I'm still here, so who knows. But I would just rather run out in the heat.
Yeah, I feel like running in the heat. It's funny you say that the track starts in the winter, because I remember like around school, well, I guess when at college, like the track team, we'd be like driving, and then you just see like a group of kids just running around like the blocks, and all the houses are like, oh, track team starting, track team's at it again. There's running, like try, you know, when you're like younger, like trying to find the sport you want to play, like if you're gonna play a sport, like try them all out. I don't know how old I was really young, and before I was in dance, but like we want to try out like actual like other sports, and I wanted to try out soccer. I always thought soccer would be really fun. My mom bought me all these like soccer gear. It was like all pink and stuff. It was really cute. My grandparents came to watch my first practice, and I got on the field. I saw like how everyone's like watching you, like there's people all on the sidelines and stuff, and I turned around and I left. And I said, I'm not doing this. I don't like it. Cried and left. And everyone like came to watch my first practice. It was so cute. Nope. Never stepped on the field again.
But boundaries. You were like, I can't perform under this pressure. So I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I didn't like that everyone was watching me. But like at dance, like in your studio, it's like you can't see like the parents are watching you like out there or anything. Like it's just like you're in the studio. I think that I felt safe in there. Did not like being on that field.
No, I never had, I'm trying to think, sports. Like nobody showed up to my practices. When I played golf in high school, it was like kind of a coin toss on if my parents would show up to the matches. So I never really like, I honestly like just kind of looked at, okay, it's golf. You know what I mean? Like I can tell so many, you think that that's not a sport that people get competitive at.
I can imagine though.
That you don't think anything's going to come of it. And I just kind of wanted a laid-back sport. Like, I still really wanted to play sports because I was seeking validation from my parents to be at least a little bit athletic is what I was trying to do. And so I thought, your parents can't get whatever with you over golf because, like, what can you do? You know, it's all on me. One time, I was playing against this girl. And so basically, if you guys don't know how like golf matches work, so when you're in competition, you either are like one-on-one, so it's like you and the person from the other school, or sometimes you're playing two different schools, so then it's you and the two other people, or it's you and a teammate and then that person and a teammate from like the same like different schools, but you all have a number, which is your ranking. So if you're number one, you're the best on the team. So that was humbling, because if they like called out, okay, here's our number one, you're like, that's the best girl on the team. Okay, you knew. From there on out, I mean, your talent was quite literally like put out there. Like,
I don't like that they do that.
No, like, that's how it has to be, because you have to match up like talent wise. Best and worst part of it was like you control how you play. And I actually have a horror story that nobody wants to hear of a time that I had the worst mental breakdown that my coach had ever seen in the middle of the golf course because I was playing so badly and I was the number 2. So I've always had that, like, once you put me on a pedestal, I'm gonna break down. Like, the pressure's going to get to me.
So I know they're not comparable really, but are you good at mini golf? Like when you have little, like you get a hole in one?
Putting was one of the things in golf that is the most humbling because no matter how much you practice it, you can never perfect it. So mini golf, I feel like I can be good at it because I know like the thing about reading greens. But here's the little thing in golf, when you go to putt, they move the hole on the putting green all the time. And a putting green will do this. Like it's like sloped in different places and stuff. So they move it. And basically what you have to do is you have to get low to the ground to see and read the green of how much it's going to break this way, how much it's going to break that way. Like you literally have to do like
math
an equation in your head. Yes. Yeah. And I'm not good at math. So that's why I wasn't good at putting.
Okay, wait. Well, one thing I've always not understood about golf, I don't know if like when you played, like are they called fields? What are they called? Like the not
just
field,
greens.
Not a court, greens. I don't know if yours were like, you can't see the hole you're trying to hit. Like you just hit the ball and you just like, how do you know where you're going? Like the hole is all the way over there.
When you go onto the driving, like when you go to drive, which is your first hit, which is where you get out your driver, you can see the hole. You can see the flag out in the distance. Now, if it's a par 5,
flag.
Yeah, if it's a par 5, it's a little bit harder to see. And sometimes it curves around. Or when you go up to a hole, they have a map of the whole entire green. So you just kind of have to look at that map and go, okay, so from right here, it says the flag's over there. So I need to try to angle myself to make sure. Oh no, there is so much math involved, and any little tiny thing that you do can affect everything in golf. It's genuinely frustrating.
No, I need this golf knowledge if I'm gonna go to golf matches with Harry and Niall. Like I need this knowledge. So I'm glad we're having Golf 101.
Yeah, you're their little what do you call it? Like the person who like carries their golf bag around.
For sure. I don't know where they were just at like some golf thing. What do you know what it was called? I don't know what it was. The Open?
Oh yeah, like the little the Open. No, that's the US Open. This is like the Masters tour or something.
Yeah,
like
Masters, that's what it was.
That's what I had a dream at one point that I was going to be there, but then I was like, girl, I just don't care enough at the end of the day.
Who just came out? Wasn't there a book that came out when the guy was a golfer?
Tessa Bailey, and that's the one that
the one that you were
make fun of because it says like touch her and I'll kill you, and I'm like, literally, what are you going to do?
Whack her golfer. Whack him with the golf club.
Like that's just what I imagine. Touch her and and you know he's like a Brad. Like he's like, literally touch her and I'm actually gonna kill you. Like that's how he delivered it. And the fact that I'd be like, I'm just gonna go ahead and head
shorts out. In his polo button up.
Backwards hat.
We need like someone to write, because when you like speaking in that voice reminds me of like a frat boy. We need just like a funny little frat like rom-com type of book. Like I need like a frat boy that's like,
oh, you need like a full-on frat boy.
Yeah,
like you need like
full-on.
Oh my god.
Sigma whatever, Kappa whatever. I want a frat boy. I think it would be so funny.
Of frat boys. Like
Me too.
Actually have a fear of them.
Always have. Once they graduate, there's some that are like still like they are Kappa whatever for life. They're bros for life. It's like they're just always a frat boy.
Life. Literally.
For lifers.
No, like that's my brother for sure. That's my brother.
But anyway.
No.
I don't know how we got here.
Because we were talking about golf and then we were talking about the golf thing, and then I said that how he's definitely a Brad in the book. How he's 100% a frat boy.
Yeah, and if there ever is like a frat romance, I need the audiobook to do the voice.
And just hire me because I could do it.
Yeah, get Destiny to do the voice.
Imagine if somebody ever reached out and they were like, hey, can you do an audiobook? I'd be like, I low-key have vocal fry. I don't think you want me to do it.
Audiobooks are so long. Like people that voice act audiobooks, do they do it in like parts, or are they sitting there for 12 hours?
They do it in parts because I watch this woman's TikTok live all the time when she's recording her audiobooks.
Oh yeah, Send me her over. I want to see.
Yeah, I think she like separates it by chapters. Like, you know, like you take a break in between chapters, you know.
Yeah, because those are like really long. I feel like I would do an audiobook. Hey, someone hire me.
You could do an audiobook. You have a voice for it.
I have like a child voice, so I'd have to play the 15-year-old daughter. I have like such a high-pitched voice. I feel like I'd be annoying.
No.
Thank you.
Your voice is calming. Don't even.
Thanks.
You could do an audiobook. Don't even think about it.
A goal one day. Do an audiobook.
Goals one day. Be an audio narrator.
I will not. If anyone wants to hire me, sorry, but I cannot do spicy ones. I can't do it.
No.
I can't do that.
I would start busting out laughing. I'm literally a 12-year-old boy when it comes to stuff like that.
I just like, they have to do it so like seriously. Yeah, it would be hard to take it seriously, especially just speaking it by myself in like a little recording place. I just like don't know if I'd be able to do that. Anyway, so Tortured. Why can't I get the name right?
Tortured Poets Department?
Yeah, but I keep like in my head seeing TT, so I'm like, what's the other T? But it's the.
I think it's because the design that you're thinking of in your head, because they put the T and then they put the P through, so it kind of makes it look like TT.
Yeah, for some reason in my head there's two T's, and I keep trying to figure out what it is, but it's just like the Tortured Poets Department.
Well, when I say TPD, I think of TBD. So
yeah, or
like, it's
the Poets Society, whatever.
Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, there's just so many different. I screenshotted one, but the rest are all on my TikTok, so I gotta get over there. If you don't know, somehow, Taylor's album obviously is coming out Friday, and she had a pop-up in LA, and it just had like a bunch of things for the album, but once you look closely, the people that were going posted like pictures and TikToks and stuff, kind of like deep diving into the Easter eggs, because we all know Taylor Swift is very into her Easter eggs and getting us excited and having us be detectives. I'm not good at detecting, but if someone's posting it, I'm
believing it.
Believing it, yeah. So, also, did you see them at Coachella?
Yes, I did. I thought it was so cute. There's like a video where he just like lifts her up real quick so she can see something, and then he puts her back down.
Mm-hmm. They're so cute.
They are so cute.
Also, hold on. Can I say one more thing before we get into Taylor Swift for a while?
Of course.
This is not a false alarm. Harry Styles was at Newark Airport.
And you weren't there? Why is he here?
I don't know. I'm like, someone sent it to me last night at like 1 a.m. and I was sleeping. I saw it this morning and I was like, started shaking. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I don't know.
That is crazy.
Someone's got to tell me why he's here because I'm freaking out. Why is he this close to me?
Why is he in Jersey?
I don't know, but he was also like, it was a video of him at like pre-check, like going through security, not pre-check, just going through security. Like he wasn't going through pre-check, like he was taking his shoes off. He was doing the bin. I'm like, Mr. Harry, what are you, do you know you're Harry Styles?
And that's what will get you to the airport. To get you to fly anywhere, I'm going to have to start telling you that Harry Styles is literally at Newark Airport right now.
I'm there. I'll stay there all day. Sorry, I had to say that before I forgot. Okay.
No, of course.
Little Easter eggs. The first one, at the pop-up, there's a bunch of little, like, what are they called? Cabinets? You know, like a little...
Oh my God, I had that one pulled up to talk about. Me and you, girl. We are on this. Is it? Hold on. What account is this?
Leia with the heart.
Oh my God, yes. That's what I'm on. Great. We can just compare notes as we're going through this. That's what I try to pull up too.
Why? Okay. Okay, so they're like little filing cabinets, and I think there's 72 of them, and 6 of them are pulled open, and basically people are saying 6 years or how many years she was in her relationship with Joe, and there are 72 months in a year, so there's 72 cabinets, and then each one that's pulled out, there's like kind of like a paper in it, and
wedding veil.
Yeah, kind of like it looks like an invitation almost, and like lace and stuff, so it looks like wedding invitations, and
yeah,
you know where to go from there. Like they were gonna get married because she wanted to get married.
But I've seen a lot of speculation that people were like, either there was going to be a wedding, or it was the fact that like he never would propose to her. You know, like,
yeah.
Because also, if you listen to You're Losing Me, which is one of my favorite songs, when she says, and I wouldn't marry me either. So it's like, okay, did he propose and there was going to be a wedding? Or like, would he never propose to her?
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? That's fine. Like, I understand. I wouldn't marry me either.
Yeah, that's one of the things we'll never... Actually, maybe in the songs we'll find out, which...
Maybe we will find out, which is devastating. And also... I know it's like because the 72 months is 6 years and there's 6 filing cabinets open. I also kind of thought that maybe it signifies like she's somehow going to be breaking down each year of their relationship, like kind of the different ebbs and flows that they've went through. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe there's none.
No. Yeah.
This is why I could never be an Easter egger, because I'm literally like, yeah, but I don't know though. That might sound stupid, so never mind.
There's also, not in this little slide, but in the Midnight's video, it was like there were glitter pens on the table. And
oh yeah, I was gonna say that.
In this one, it's like her, what's that pen called? With the feather?
Quill, which I have that. And
she has these pens, she's said before, they signify like the type of song she's gonna be writing. So Midnight's was like the more glittery upbeat album, and then this one you have the pen, but there's also those twos that are everywhere, and everyone's like, this is just like the second version of Midnight's, but not the glitter one. This is gonna be the feather pen one,
which I think that makes sense, because a lot of people think that her doing the whole entire two everywhere, which, remember at first when we talked about it and I said that everybody was overreacting by her doing like the two at the Grammys, but then they keep on posting like things about twos in Taylor Nation everywhere, and there's like a peace sign somewhere in that little thing in the Spotify pop-up. So some people think it's a double release. I don't think so. I think that this is... I don't think that Reputation's coming out. People think that, like, why would she take away from her new album by releasing Reputation? It literally makes no sense.
I also think this album's important. Like, it has to have its spotlight. I just think it's, like, this... It's the sequel to Midnight's. Like, it's...
Yeah, and it makes sense because her Grammys acceptance speech, she was like, I started writing this directly after she submitted Midnight's. So you know what I mean? So she's like, so this was just kind of my continuation of my feelings for the relationship.
It's probably the songs that didn't make sense on the songs that like are on Midnight's. Oh, there was also dried up lavender in the little vase at the pop-up. People were like lavender haze, and like now the lavender's all dried up, and that was like a song about being like in love. So there was that. There's also was that, what video is that, anti-hero?
Yeah, I think so.
She had a little dart stabbed on her, and glitter is like bleeding out.
She bled out all her glitter.
And this one was the craziest one. There's a little statue of the goddess of childbirth and fertility and the goddess of the moon. It's a statue of Diana, and it says, it crumbled while waiting to be shipped to London in the 6th century due to years of neglect, succumbing to the passage of time and the element. That one was the craziest one.
The little, you see in this slide, that's why I read that, and it says, even statues crumble if they're made to wait.
Yeah. Like, literally like the statue. Because she was, I feel like, because she was
Yeah, and the thing is that, what other song is it? I'm trying to remember. Well, no, I think it goes back to, I think she put You're Losing Me, how she, like, recently released that after she was named, like, was it because she was #1 Spotify Artist of the Year? I forget. But when she actually released it, and it was like cut out of Midnight's, but then she put it on like the special CD at one of the shows, and the whole entire essence of that song is like, you're losing me, like I'm sitting around here waiting for you to understand like what we have, fight for something, show interest in me, but I'm literally just like sitting here and waiting for you. And it makes sense that was like kind of the last piece of Midnight's that she put out, and it's kind of introducing you to more of like a, I feel like that song could have went on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that was the perfect song to like, what's the word?
Introduce.
Yeah, like, I had some word in my head that I can't think of, but like from Midnight's to this album, I think that's a perfect song.
Segue.
Yeah, segue. That's the word I was thinking of. But yeah, the even statues crumble, like you said, if they're made to wait. It was like a little paper book that was open. And then I can't read this. What lyrics is that to?
I think he knows. It's in the next slide.
Okay, yeah. It says that in the little tweet, the person that posted this put that book that said even statues crumble if they're made to wait next to the lyrics. So I think he knows, and said that she did tell him, he just didn't care. So that she like wanted what she wanted in the relationship and stuff.
Yeah.
This album is gonna be so crazy. I can't wait to just sit and just dissect over the weekend. Well,
but we never talked about looking through the albums on Apple Music of her messaging at the beginning of all of the albums and kind of like going through the stages of grief. And
yeah, was that on Apple? That's Apple Music. We didn't get that right.
Yeah, I have Apple Music, so I can pull up.
You have Apple Music?
Yeah, I pay for both of them for some reason.
I do not have it. I saw it on TikTok eventually. So Taylor did something with Apple Music, and she came out with different playlists for the different stages. Of grief? Was it?
Yeah. So because like this one,
and she put songs that like relate to those in the playlist.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is the first one, but one of them is that you don't get to tell me about sad. So this is the second stage is anger. It's fair to say that some of her best and most beloved songs are like she said in this one that it's kind of like when she was more angry. And like on this playlist, of course, you have like High Infidelity, Would've, Could've, Should've, Exile, Illicit Affairs, Mad Woman, Tolerate It. She said she wrote when she was angry. I literally knew you're not in a happy relationship and write Tolerate It. You're just not.
That's what I saw. I saw someone say like you cannot be in a happy relationship and make albums like Evermore and Folklore and make all these songs that are this sad. You cannot be that happy.
And then we have I Love You, It's Ruining My Life songs, and this is the first stage, which is denial. So she said that these are all kind of like, she said denial when you're ignoring the red flags. And just to tell you guys, Lavender Haze, Snow on the Beach, Sweet Nothing, Betty, Willow, Cruel Summer, Lover, Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, False God.
The honeymoon stage almost, where you can't see the red flags because you're so like in love, or you think you're so in love.
But even people now are breaking down where like Lover, like when you do listen to, there are anxieties sprinkled all throughout the album, like, you know, of her just being fearful that this is going to crumble before her eyes, and like this is just going to kind of end up like everything else, and kind of denial of being like, I just want this to be good so bad that I'm ignoring every red flag that you're giving me because I feel like this is the best thing for me.
Yeah, almost trying to force the happy relationship because you want one so bad.
Yeah, there's another one, but I can't do it. But this one, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, is the fifth and final stage, which is acceptance, when you fully come to term with loss and maybe even find peace. And I think at the end she said, because like good things can come from it too. And people were like, oh my gosh, she's talking about Travis. I was like, I just think she's more talking about like where she's at in life right now.
Yeah,
where she's just feeling a lot better.
Anything to do with Travis. Like, not
one thing. Well, they said that they think like her playlist, like her saying like good things can come out of this, is about him. And I'm like, I don't think it's about him. I think she's just saying like she's found happiness in life.
Yeah, her personal stage in life.
Yeah. So of course you have You're On Your Own, Kid, The One, you know, Happiness, Long Story Short, Closure, Evermore, It's Time to Go, I Forgot That You Existed, Daylight. So I like to listen to this playlist because it seems like, you know, you're a little bit more whatever, but one. There's another one, but I can't seem to find it. Like I can't find the playlist.
I can't wait to I know we're getting this album, and I love when she uses her little feather pen to write her songs, like Folklore, Evermore, like those songs, but not to like jump into the next thing. But I can't wait to get an album on Travis. Like it's just gonna be the happiest lovey album in the world, and I'm so excited.
Well, everybody always says anytime that there's something that's released of them, they're like, I just know she's writing a song in her head right now. And I'm like, you're going to hear sitting at your football game. Yeah. I don't know what I was just getting at there, but something along those lines. Me and her think the same. Truly.
Also, just like her in general, such like a master. I guess she probably can come up with all these like Easter eggs and stuff, but like her team and like everyone, like the way that they can like promote and like put stuff up, like just this pop-up in general, like there's just so much into it. And going for, since she's been writing these songs, like putting out these twos and stuff, like just like for so long, planting seeds, is just
I don't know.
It's so like intricate, the stuff that she does. Very excited. So next week, guys, we're sorry for the people we will be.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a Taylor.
We're gonna be different
episode.
People.
I'm gonna print out the lyrics, and I'm not kidding, you guys. I'm gonna print out all of the lyrics, and I'm gonna have annotations, and I'm gonna have my thoughts on the back of the pages.
We have homework. We all have homework.
We do.
For next week. Listen to the album.
Everybody, you have to have every single one printed out.
Yeah, this video, comment the song you're gonna claim, and then the next video, see which one is your favorite. I forget which ones we claimed. I don't remember, but I know we did.
I'll look it back up because I think I could tell you off the top of my head.
I know I claimed the Daddy I Love Him one, but I know there was another one, but I just don't remember.
You claimed But Daddy I Love Him, and did you claim I Can Fix Him?
I literally don't remember. Let me look at the songs too. Maybe it'll come to me if I look at them.
I think I said Who's Afraid. Did I say Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Who posted the songs? Is it on Taylor's? You? I literally have no recollection of it. I think you didn't do I Can Fix Him?
I can't remember. I know one of us said I Can Fix Him, but I feel like it was you.
Oh, maybe it was me. Okay. But Daddy I Love Him and I Can Fix Him. I guess I'm trying to look at them now and see if anything else is oh my god, I don't know.
Do you think any of the songs are going to be upbeat?
It's like,
didn't she write Folklore with the quill pen?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I guess you can get like a Betty type of upbeat, but we're not getting a
can
fun
we
upbeat.
get into Betty really quick? Now
any day.
People are unraveling.
I saw this
interview of when the Long Pond sessions where she's talking about Betty, and Mr. Jack Antonoff, he's gonna do it every time. He's gonna tell the Swifties something within that man's facial expressions, and honestly out of his mouth, because he really does not care. But when they start talking about Joe and like the whole entire Betty love triangle, and she's like, I heard him singing it in the shower one day and it sounded like an apology. I was like, girl, I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this. You were in denial. We see it in front of the face now. You know, in Jack's face the whole entire time, like she's talking about Betty and she's talking about Joe, and he's just like, just on his face.
Yeah. What I saw about Betty is since she made that album about characters, but people are relating these songs now to her life, because there was like this whole TikTok I saw going down a whole deep dive of her being Betty, and
yeah, that's what I saw too.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't even know it was that.
Well, because I think it is fictional. They are fictional characters. But I do think that she's self-inserting a little bit, because obviously like the Betty's the whole entire like summer romance. But what I've seen people comparing it to is like he was filming Conversations with Friends, and his co-star, there's a deleted clip circulating somewhere where he says his co-star's like actual name during an intimate scene, I guess.
I saw, that's what I saw. Yeah.
Yes. And so they're
crazy.
saying that Taylor's kind of making herself Betty and making Joe
James,
thank you so much, making him James, and then like the other woman, you know, is whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I mean, I can see that, because obviously it's a fictional story, and I feel like they're kind of more like but did you ever think, maybe it's just because I related Betty to If He Had Been With Me, that I thought they were in high school, but that's what I thought it was. Like, I didn't think that they were full-grown adults.
No, I think she said they were like 17. Like, they are.
That's what I thought.
Like, it's that age. Yeah. Like
But
a young love.
Yes, it can be fictional, but I think that there's a little bit of truth within it, because I do think that she is taking inspiration from somewhere.
I agree. I also think writing these types of songs, and also this whole album she's got to have some type of like put feelings towards it. She's probably pulling from somewhere to create those lyrics, and even the stories. Definitely. I don't think it's all like complete made up.
People say that Evermore, like happiness.
Yeah, that's
tolerate.
That's what I mean. You can't write Evermore.
No.
When you just can't. You can't tolerate it when you're in a happy relationship. There's like no way.
None.
Mm-mm.
Zero.
None.
And the fact that, because she did an interview, shout out to Bestie Haley, 'cause I saw this in her video when she read Rebecca, because that's what Tolerate It is technically like inspired by, was because Taylor said she read that book and she was like, oh yeah, like her husband just tolerates her. I'm like, but let's tell the truth here. You were reading Rebecca and you saw yourself in this. You didn't just write this song for Rebecca. You were writing it because you were like, me and Rebecca.
She probably had some eye-opening moments writing.
Oh yeah,
Folklore, like, Evermore, and excited.
It's crazy. Us theorizing away.
I know. I feel like it's literally Christmas in the next few weeks. Like there's
it's midnight, right? Like it releases at midnight.
Yeah, Thursday. That's what I mean. When this podcast comes out, everyone strap up. 11:58. I'm going to be texting you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, we're going to be sitting there, and I'm just going to. Should I get Oreos for the occasion? I'm trying to think of snacks that match the vibe.
What are like get like black and white cookies.
Oreos?
No, like, you know, black and white cookies where like half of it is white, half of it is chocolate. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, your mom, when I was at your house, your mom had me eat them.
I do love those though. Oh my god, I haven't had one in so long. I'm gonna get those actually.
Get it for the occasion.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna dress up in an academia fit, and I'm gonna get my pen and paper ready.
Oh yeah, I'm printing lyrics too. We're coming. It's gonna be a college lesson.
Highlighting, annotating
next week. Yeah.
It's gonna be Professor Sara and Destiny next week when we come back with you guys. So just you wait. Yeah, we're gonna be comparing notes. It's gonna be a lecture next week. So looking forward to seeing you guys then. Okay. I think that's all we got.
Is that it from us for today?
I fear that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget, leave 5-star reviews. Follow the Instagram. Follow us on YouTube, or subscribe. I guess that's what it's called over here. Check us out on TikTok. We have one of those too. And we hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And we'll see you next Thursday to debrief. Bye.